Hi everybody, Neon here. It's been a while since I got an Avatar subject, since most of my videos have been either reviews on stories, or recently an animation, or anything, well, pony related. So, let's get an Avatar subject. And today's subject is mainly a speculation. What would happen if Korra did become a part of the Red Lotus? It's a question I left back on the discussion board back on Avatar Wiki. And, well, two things. One, why didn't I do this sooner? Two, I got a whole lot of answers there as well. Man, heck, I got about 5 in one day. But anyway, the answers I got were pretty well-rounded and rather basic. But they were also pretty interesting as to how the world will end up. So, let's go on and discuss them, shall we? Oh, and by the way, I'm also going to give my own personal ideas, since there are some things that I'm surprised no one really, well, brought up. So, let's get on to it. Now, when it comes to the actual speculations and ideas brought to me, many of them keep jumping around the same subjects, time and time again being brought up. One example is Korra's bending style, mimicking the Red Lotus. For example, she would get lava bending from Kazan, the special water bending style by Menghua, the combustion bending by Pli, and the ability to go into the spirit world thanks to Zahir. This idea was first brought up by Doctor Who 1997, and the various people in the community have mixed feelings for this. Some of them agree. In fact, one of them, named Avatar Raiko, said she would be the strongest Avatar in the world if she had these abilities. But others, myself included, have a bit more skeptical feelings. Yeah, I can see how she's much more stronger, but I don't know if she will actually be able to learn lava bending or combustion bending. As stated in the show itself, not every single bender can learn a certain style. For example, earthbenders learning how to metal bend. It's only a certain chance that you'll be able to do so. And since Korra in the show is able to learn metal bending instead of lava bending, I'm not exactly sure if she'll be able to learn as such. Same thing goes with combustion bending. I highly doubt every single firebender can be able to blow things up with their head. While lava and combustion bending are a bit more questionable, the new water bending style she can get from Menghua is pretty much a guarantee. You know, her being water tribe and everything. As stated by Fate Has Inverted, she'll probably get a much more fluid style. You know, something like Azra from Hindu mythology or Dr. Orc. It's a bit of an odd one, but I'll take your word for it. There is one other idea. A bit of a dark one, but still. And that's the idea that, despite her involvement, she would get killed by the Red Lotus anyway due to their own methods. Since they want to get rid of the leaders in the first place, they would give her the idea that she has to get rid of herself, you know, sacrifice herself, in order to maintain world peace and help their cause. It's a rather short one, and the first ones I've actually got, but this idea grew a whole lot more, in my opinion anyway, by Dace Zealot, who came up with a very interesting concept. And that concept is the fact that Korra would get killed not by the Red Lotus, but by Vaatu as a part of the Harmonic Convergence. And she has a good amount of evidence in order to prove so. One example is that the Red Lotus wanted to open the spirit portals in the first place. And upon doing so on the Harmonic Convergence, that will release Vaatu into the real world, and the plan will brutally backfire because Vaatu will be destroying everything. Yeah, that they need to think that through. Sorry. Anyway, another idea behind this is that they will also tell Korra that she can defeat Vaatu, though that plan won't work. As such, Vaatu will get rid of the Avatar permanently, or for a very long time, and such will cause a lot of chaos among the world, as part of their other intent. But as I said earlier, the plan would backfire because everyone will end up dying. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's enough for suggestions. Time for some of my own. Now, first of all, what would happen to Korra's friends? Mako, Bolin, Asami, Naga, so on and so forth. If they were never to meet, what would happen to them? This might take a bit of good thought. Now, for Mako and Bolin, those two were pretty much going bankrupt for their fighting ring, and we're gonna lose their home anyway due to the Equalist involvement, so probably they'll end up homeless, I guess. Now, for Asami, her father is pretty much involved with the Equalist as well, but she never knew that. So, either she will never know, or her father will force her into the Equalist trade. Yeah, that sounds about correct. What about Naga? Well, Naga and Korra met when she was just a puppy, wandering around the southern water tribe of the tundra. So, one of three things would have happened if Korra never met her. 1, she would still remain a stray. 2, she would have met new owners. Or 3, she wouldn't be able to make it at all. Sheesh, tough lives. Now, as far as the Red Lotus goes, Korra or not, one thing will remain the same, and that's the involvement with Kuvira. You see, Kuvira became a dictator in the first place because of the Red Lotus and their involvement with Ba Sing Se. Since Kuvira didn't want to see her world destroyed, and since no one, not in Zalfu anyway, would actually do anything about it, Kuvira would take it upon herself to go and try to stop it. Eventually she'll succeed, sure, but then she'll go after the rest of the Earth Kingdom, keeping it under control, turning into a dictator. You already know how it goes. So, what would happen to the world? All the world leaders would be dead, Kuvira will be the main antagonist, we'll have the strongest avatar in the world, but the very last one because of the harmonic convergence, and her friends would have completely terrible lives until then. That is a rather darker plot, isn't it? I think we can wrap it up here. Well, I hope you all enjoy. If you have any own ideas about this, leave them in the comments below. I'll see you all later. Neon out.